kangaroo's life. So it's just a quick one today. I've just come into the polytunnel because it's a bit miserable outside, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on the new chickens. So as I'd explained in one of my previous videos, I had been keeping them separate, so I always give them 7 to 10 days where they can't have any contact with each other, and that's just for both parties' sakes. I don't want a new batch of chickens potentially bringing any disease into the flock. And equally, because ex-batteries generally, they're really stressed when they come out, they're not used to living in an outside environment, and they're actually quite run down, and therefore there is also the possibility that they could pick something up from the flock that I already have. Now you would think that we would know if our flock were sick, but there is always that potential that they're carrying something that, because they're fit and well and healthy, that doesn't affect them, but that they could pass it on to the newbie, and obviously that would have a detrimental effect. So they initially had the newbies, the 4 new ex-batteries, were just in the A-frame, and I left the older chickens closed in to the whole hen house so they could come out of the nesting box and have space within the coop, but they couldn't get out and access the other chickens. And then after 7 days I put the fence around the edge so that the new chickens could come out and have a little bit of a scritch about. And then, I can't even remember, maybe day 8 or 9, something like that, I allowed the original chickens to then free range again around the area so they could come up to the fence and say hello through the chicken wire, but couldn't actually access each other, which is a really good way of them getting to know each other and see each other, so it's not such a shock. And then yesterday I actually opened up at morning time and let the 4 newbies free range with the original flock, and it was a huge success, and I've taken some video footage which I'm going to let you enjoy after this. Sad news, I'm afraid. Big Red didn't make it. I brought her into the house. I think some of you that follow me on Facebook will be aware already, and I have actually posted on a couple of other people have been asking me, so there's been questions. So I think most of you will already be aware that unfortunately she didn't make it. I gave her the very best. She'd had a wonderful life. She was an old girl. I had decided that had she not improved, Chris was gonna take her, because I can't get off the farm at the moment, but Chris was gonna take her to the vets, but she went to sleep and she just didn't wake up. But she'd had a fabulous life. We will miss her. She was a real character, as they all are, but it's just one of those things. I was a little bit worried about Gertrude, because Gertrude and Red were the last 2 of my last batch of ex-bats, and she did seem a little bit lost, although she had the others, the Old English game. She just seemed a little bit lost, and actually I was thrilled with her reaction when I let the other ex-bats out. It's almost like they know and they sort of flock to each other, and she was chattering away with them and showing them around, so she's got some more on her team, so to speak. They did actually all bunk up last night together in the big chuck house, but they did need some help to do that. Chris actually went out to see where they were, and the old batch had gone to bed where they normally sleep, and the newbies had scuttled back into the A-frame, so he just scooched them in and huddled them up together, and they had a really cosy night together last night. And what's useful about that at night when they're sleepy is they all scooch in together. There's less chance of them fighting with each other, and then the ex-bats can actually learn from the oldies. So for example, first time coming out and having to climb down steps, and they were the last to come out, but because they'd watched the other chickens doing that, they had an idea of what to do, and they did a great old job. So they're coming on really well, and I'm hoping to give you some more footage of them and keep you up to speed with where we're at with them. So finally, I will stop rattling on, enjoy some footage of my chickens enjoying the sunshine yesterday.